We have Corporal Anthony Bertagna. Did I say your name correct, sir?
Bertagna, yeah.
Bertagna, yes, sir. Thank you for joining us tonight. Can you tell us what is happening in Santa Ana right now?
So originally we were set to have a protest at 8 p.m. We had a contingency of officers there in hopes that it would be a peaceful protest. That group of 400 plus took over the intersection of Bristol and McFadden and started throwing rocks, bottles, fireworks, projectiles at our officers. So we've been dealing with that all night. We also had a group of 100 plus show up at the police department. We were able to disperse that crowd, and we broke up the large crowd, and we now have several different small crowds that are still continuing to throw things, and we now have had a couple locations that have been looted, and we're dealing with that as we speak.
Corporal, what's the plan tonight into the morning? I mean, are these protesters going to be allowed to stay out, or is the plan down there as well as to go home? And is there a curfew for Santa Ana?
Well, there isn't tonight, but that's in the works for tomorrow. And we will continue to deal with, we have assets from every agency in Orange County here, as well as the fire authority who's assisting us, and we'll deal with this through the night.
Have you made arrests, Corporal Bertagna?
Yeah, we have. I just don't have the exact numbers. We also had one deputy that was injured and transported to the hospital.
Well, what kind of injuries?
That I don't know. I just know he was transported to the hospital.
What about civilians? Have you heard of any injuries to civilians?
None have been reported.
You know, Corporal, just curious, you knew about the protest that was scheduled to take place at Bristol and McFadden, is that correct?
Yeah, well, we knew about it by monitoring social media. It wasn't usually when people want to have a protest, they give a permit. This group did not, but we were aware of it from our community members as well as social media.
So the plan now is I mean, you do monitor social media, which of course is a great way to keep track of what's going on. So what you're saying is this group didn't have a valid permit of assembly, but you still allowed them to gather to voice their opinions, but things got a bit out of hand, right?
Right. I mean, that was our intent, was to monitor and make sure that everybody was protesting peacefully. They immediately took over the intersection, and that's when they started throwing bottles and fireworks at the officers.
Well, you said that you are dealing with the situation. The larger group broke up, and now it's a smaller group. Do you think that you can have a handle on it, or people are dispersing even more so as we speak?
Well, with the assets that we had, we're able to break up the large group into smaller groups, and it just makes it easier for us to deal with them when they're not one large crowd. So we're dealing with the different groups in different locations up and down Bristol.
You know, Corporal, we have seen LAPD use non-lethal weapons, if you call that, this evening. Have you had to do that?
I do know we've used gas, tear gas. I don't know about projectiles.
All right, but so far we haven't really heard about anybody being injured.
No.
All right.
All right, so the smoke we were seeing in the video most likely is from those fireworks that you said that they were being thrown into the crowd. Yeah,
well, they were being thrown fired at the officers and the police cars. Obviously, their goal is to light vehicles on fire. Fortunately, that hasn't happened so far.
All right, so the area of Bristol and McFadden, would you say the crowds have died down a little bit or just moved on, or are they still out there?
They're at Bristol and McFadden, Bristol and Edinger, and in the side streets. So we're dealing with them. We have a large number of officers here. We're dealing with the groups in a smaller manner, which makes it easier for us.
And are you also expecting help from the National Guard overnight?
No, there hasn't been any talk of that here.
Okay.
All right. Well, we hope you don't need their assistance, Corporal Bertagna, and that.
So do we.
Yes,
Thank you.
I'm sure. Well, we want to thank you for spending some time with us tonight. We'll let you get back to work.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, thanks for the update.